Hmm.
What's wrong?
Nah, we back. We
Are
here.
you live?
We live.
What up?
What up, man?
What up, though?
Not much, man. So it's this is what the Tommie Runz show.
Episode number
7. Episode number 7. Tommie Runz show. We kind of we didn't skip no. We didn't skip it. We just skipped a couple days.
yeah.
What happened on Friday? What was we doing?
We what happened on Friday? Oh, I had a dance competition.
Dance
You
competition.
got a tattoo appointment.
I did. I tried to spin that I really tried to spin that off on you.
Right.
And it was
You
like,
trying to make
yo,
me
bro.
feel bad, but even though you had some scheduled
Dang,
already.
man, why would you schedule a kid's dance? You know,
You already had some scheduled.
yeah, I had locked it in, bro. I'm like, oh, bet 10 o'clock. I ain't even think about this show.
Right.
Yeah, no, I got tatted up on you see it?
Yeah. What did you get?
The pyramids. So last December I went to Egypt with Puma to run the pyramids half marathon, and then like one of the pictures is not as clear as this, but like it's me running past, like you can see 2 pyramids in the background.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to finish this arm off,
Right.
and I want to do it like in a meaningful way. Like I none of my tattoos are like random. Like they may seem kind of random or whatever, but they all come from like some type of message or whatever. Like I have 0 tattoos that are like flash, you know, like those. Oh, I'm just gonna get some off the wall. I don't have any of those.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm sure eventually I'll get there. But
are you done with it? You add more to it? Is that it?
This is that period, and then then we gonna add things to finish like shapes off on the arm. You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason why I didn't get more is because I didn't have any. I just said I want a pyramid, and he's like, so he drew this up. He actually, like, if you look close, like that's literally my silhouette.
Yeah.
Running. You know, like he like pulled my silhouette out of one of my videos and then shrunk it down.
Yeah.
And he actually like added in some hair so you can see my locks.
Oh, for real.
And a little, and then it got some camos or whatever. I think he did a good job. Like it's kind of weird right now because I just ran.
Yeah.
But I'm like super happy with it. And then eventually we'll put something here and then we'll just finish it off.
Gotcha.
But yeah, dude is super talented. Shout out to Antonio.
Yeah, that's what was going on Friday.
Yeah. So how was the dance recital?
Man, I was there all day.
All day?
Yeah, we started at 7. I didn't leave until like 4 o'clock.
7 in the morning? And you leave until 4 o'clock?
All day.
Bro.
That's how them dance competitions is, bro. They just last all day long.
Man, your kids love it. Your
it's
girls
the last
love it,
one,
though.
So
nah, wait, last one
of the year.
This year. Okay,
yeah,
okay, I'm about to say
summer.
Like you think you out of that? It's you ain't. That's me.
Gotta be.
Yeah, you ain't in the clear yet, brother.
No, because now my youngest, she wanna do the competition as well. So.
Oh yeah, you just start. Wait, is the oldest daughter out of it?
No,
or is she too old to be in it, or like?
No, she's still gonna be in it.
Yeah, because like my daughter graduating high school this year, so we done with the bowling competitions for her, the bowling tournaments for her. But then my son bowling,
right? So it's like
them Saturdays or whatever, where it's like you get up, be at the thing at 6, and don't leave till 3, 4
all
day long.
Yeah,
bowling, you know, and you just sitting there
taking up your whole day. Like, bro, I got stuff to do too,
man. I'm a human being with stuff to do. Right. But that's what it's all about, bro. Like being there for our children, like you know, like either we was supported or we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be there for them.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, they support us. We do all this running around.
Man, my kids don't be.
They hold it down. What you mean? I'm saying they hold it down. They hold it down while we go.
Man, so the funny part about running though is like when you first start running, everybody be like trying to support like your kids trying to be at all your races. You want them at all the races or whatever. Right. And then you realize like, I'm about to be doing like 10 races this year. Like y'all ain't got to be at everything.
Like, I don't even.
And then they're nothing. and then they're at nothing. You know, because it's like, oh, dad's racing again. You know, that's funny though. Because in the beginning it was a big deal.
Right.
I remember my first half
signs and everything,
bro. I remember my first half in Chicago. Yeah. It was like. The family came, like my wife's family came, and they had like signs. It was like everybody came. It was a whole big thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog, it was crazy.
People need to keep that energy
forever.
Yeah, keep that energy. Bro.
Nah, listen, man. Running is so selfish, bro. It's like it's for you, and I think it should be that way. Like it is what it is. But then at some point you got to realize, like, okay, are you a 1 time a year or 2 times a year runner?
Yeah.
Or are you running 5Ks, 10Ks all the time, half marathons, a couple marathons a year or more?
Yeah.
Then if you are, then you just gotta assume that they don't want to be. Yeah. Let them decide when they want to pull up, because you already be gone half the time running, training, you know. let's just God forbid you're like a diligent like cross trainer too.
Right.
Then now you at the gym half the time or in the basement working out, recovering.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Race is never at home.
Race is never at the crib. So you gotta leave, you gotta travel, you gotta man.
It's a lot.
You can't expect them to do this forever.
I ain't gonna lie, when I be on the course and I be seeing people with those signs.
They knew.
Yeah, it's like,
oh, I remember when I had my first drink.
Right.
You know,
my first cheer squad.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's cute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody pull up like, you got this, Jim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jim, by the way.
This is Jim. Day.
This is Jim. I mean, but either that or Jim, like, you know, they knew to somebody new to it.
Right.
You know, either Jim knew or the person that's holding the sign is new to Jim in his running career, running journey. Because if Jim's out here pushing it, hey, you know, shout out to them people. You know what? Shout out to them people that be supporting their runner for years.
I know.
At everything, no matter what, no matter how many times they do it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They do be pulling up signs and.
I mean, I feel it, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like our kids should support us like that. Like I literally take care of them every day of their lives. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all can't come to like 20 races a year.
We asking them to wake up early.
Nah.
Wake up at the crack of dawn. Yeah. Go to bed early, first of all.
Yes.
Show up to the race.
You know what I'm saying?
And they hope to see me for like a split second.
Listen, kids literally, they have no requirements in life for real, other than like clean their room, do their schoolwork,
right,
and just be respectful. And half the time, as they get to be older and teenagers, they don't even know how to do them three.
Right.
Or
they lacking for sure.
Yeah, or lacking. Right. So at least if I say like we going to this race, you got to get up before. Just set the alarm, get up, and just get moving. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it does happen. What I'm saying is it should happen.
It's gonna be more work for you just to get them to.
I understand that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the problem with society, not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a problem. The fact that you have like, you know, you're not like,
right.
That's the problem.
So we got to start challenging these people too.
We all as runners, like need to start like a push.
What did Malcolm say about TSP about the runner?
Oh, what?
The runner is the
weakest link?
Yeah.
No. So it wasn't Malcolm. That was like, so TSP as a whole, the speed project, that was their thing, like just to make sure everybody understood. Right. If you're gonna be crewing for somebody, the runner's the weakest link, like the runners. But in this case, the runners, we expect to be the strongest link.
Right.
We're supposed to do it by ourselves.
Right.
No, man. Men, women, anybody. Yeah. You know, if y'all runners, demand of your families and your friends more. Step up to the plate.
Support.
You know what I'm saying? All these miles I ran to run this race, you can't stand on the side for 4 hours to see me twice.
In the cold.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
In New York City.
You can't do that.
Or in Chicago.
You can't do that. Come on, man. Man. Just think about all the miles and stuff that I ran through snow.
Right.
To be ready for this race. Stand there. Hold that sign.
Yeah.
Get you some hot cocoa and let's get rolling.
Don't count on it, bro. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man. How you been sleeping, dog? Like we are officially not sponsored by Oura Ring, but
yeah.
We talk about it because sleep is important.
Yeah.
And since we both had Oura Rings, like you start watching them more. I promise you that Oura Ring and what's the other one? What is it? Not Fitbit.
Strava?
No, the other watch. The thing you wear around your arm.
Oh, like Fitbit?
No, not Fitbit. It's the other one. It's
what? The sleep tracker?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Whoop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I believe Oura Ring and Whoop are on two different algorithms.
Yeah.
Because everybody that has a Whoop sleeps 100% of the night.
All the time?
All the time. 95, 99, 90, yeah. No. You know how hard it is to get a
Oura Ring make it hard.
Oura Ring is real, bro.
Yeah,
Oura Ring.
You gotta really tap in to get high sleep.
Oura Ring know if your finger twitching or something. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I know I had a good dream last night. I know I slept good.
Right.
77. It's like,
dog, listen, bro. Okay, so what's the highest score you got recently in your sleep?
Ever or recently?
Recently.
Like a 85.
Bro, what you be doing?
That's bad.
I mean, 100's good. 100's amazing.
So 85 is like what? A B plus?
The fact that you said B plus is crazy.
85 is like a B plus.
No, 85 is like a B. 85 is literally between the 80 and 90, a B, like dead middle. 85 is a dead middle B.
It's like a B plus.
So
what's a B plus?
89.
That's an A.
No, 90 and above is an A. No, no.
80. Okay, we get on track. All right,
no, I'm just.
All right, so last night my sleep score was at 83.
Bro said we getting off track.
Mine was at 83.
Don't say your highest lately?
No, last night.
Okay. Well, how was your highest lately? You said like 85?
Yeah, 85.
That's like a solid B. But
whatever. That's a B plus.
No, man, 88 to like 89 maybe is like a B plus. Yes.
No, bro.
No, 100%, bro.
No.
And then anything 90 and above is an A.
No, it's not.
It's in tens.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
89 is an A minus.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's 89 is a B plus
we
for sure.
Agree to disagree.
No, but I'm just saying it ain't. It's nothing.
What was your sleep score last night?
My sleep score.
My activity was is a 99 though. So
I mean, nobody cared how hard you worked yesterday, dog.
99 was my activity.
All right, so my sleep score last night was 83.
Okay.
But the night before, bro, 92.
Oh, you got it in.
92. So, but listen to this though. My REM sleep. What was your
for a win?
For what?
Yesterday or today?
No, the 92. Okay. The 92 I got. My REM sleep was 3 hours and 11 minutes.
That's solid.
Solid. 35% of my sleep was REM, and then deep sleep was 132.
You know what? I always have a high REM. Like even last night, mine was a 33.
33%?
Yep. 2 hours and 46 minutes.
So let me see what mine was 28% last night. 1 hour and 50 minutes. I
only got an 83 sleep score. So
yeah, what you restless? You be moving around a lot?
I think so.
It was that the red line?
Yeah, the restfulness.
There. I think that meant restfulness, not restlessness. Restfulness, I think is like tracks like how many times you wake up and movement and stuff like that.
Restfulness tracks your wake up, excessive movement, getting up from bed during your sleep.
Yeah, so you be moving around a lot.
Yeah, I gotta get a drink of water.
Oh my God.
Gotta grab the water. You know that water off the nightstand at nighttime, bro? That's like
no, I don't ever do that.
You don't keep water on the nightstand?
No.
Who are you?
I'm just saying, what you gonna do with it?
Drink
I'm sleep, bro.
You wake up thirsty?
That's why you gonna wake up thirsty.
You don't be thirsty.
That's why your highest score is 85, man. Take that water, drink the water in the morning. Don't drink in the middle of the night.
No, bro, be thirsty at nighttime.
No, man. You programmed to wake up. All right, so do better with your sleep.
All right.
Okay.
I've been I've been tapping in with the magnesium from Pillar.
Okay.
So
you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
You didn't say nothing.
I didn't.
No. You said 0. You got the shipment?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I used it. I think I got it on Friday. So I used it this weekend.
Okay. So you've been drinking it. What time you be drinking it?
I don't know.
What time you go to sleep normally?
Like 9 o'clock.
So you
like right before bed, like
at least you drink it like right before bed,
like 30 minutes before bed.
So what I've been trying to do is drink it like an hour and a half before bed.
Really?
Because it's not melatonin. It's not like go to sleep. It's just to ease, to calm you out.
Yeah.
So I drink it like an hour and a half before, so it does whatever it's gonna do, like to the blood sugar and all that stuff, and then it's just there.
Okay.
So like that's when I sleep the best is when I do it like the hour or so. Yeah.
Because I was looking at the directions, it didn't say
no directions. Yeah.
We said how much to take, but
because you need magnesium anyway, so you can take it in the morning. It ain't gonna make you sleepy,
right?
You can take it whenever. You can take it in the middle of the day. It's just good for muscle recovery and all that other stuff. So it's all about recovery. So it's sleep, but it's also more about recovery. So you take it before you go to sleep because it calms your muscles and relaxes you and all that stuff. So
I've been taking it this weekend. I had
try it out.
8 hours and 20 minutes last night. 8 hours and 35 minutes the night before.
You'll sleep.
Yeah.
Then you sleep a long time.
Well, on the weekend, yeah.
Okay.
8 hours and 19 minutes.
Yeah. Last night I only slept 6 hours and 33 minutes total.
What time you go to bed? Yeah, you was in a group chat late last night. I seen it.
No, I wasn't. What do you mean late? Like 10 o'clock? Yeah, late for you.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. I always go sleep around like 10 something.
Oh.
Always. But I woke up at 5:30 because the kids with me.
Yeah.
So anyway, so get better sleep, dog. So take it a little earlier. Get more sleep.
We're gonna see.
We're gonna see. All right. So what else we just talking about?
Do some oil ring, sleep tracking and things like that.
Oh, let's talk about tech real quick. I'm not supporting the second half of this name. So I got the Ray-Bans, the ones with the camera on them. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. I bought these without thinking about the other name.
What's the other name?
Huh?
What's the other name? Oh yeah.
These are the Ray-Ban Zucks. They're
Gotcha.
the Ray-Ban Zuckerbergs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I mean, I'm already on Instagram.
Right.
So I bought them because I thought it would be cool and just another way to like to elevate the content, or just not elevate, even like change what because a lot of the content, I don't know if it's all the same, but it does feel very. I've never liked. If you go back through all my content, it's always felt to me, and I've heard it from other people too, but that my content is more outward facing than it's more about what's happening outside of me than it is what's happening for me.
Right.
Like a lot of times, like you'll see, and sometimes I wish I could do more of that, but like I'm not necessarily super comfortable with like, hey guys, look where I'm at.
Right.
Look at me, and then everything has me in it. You know, like for a lot, like I will show up in my videos, but normally it's me looking. It's like my POV, right? So with that being the case, like if you look at all my trips, it's all about me giving dap to my friends, to other people, to all that. And so this was just like another level of that, like where I could just throw the glasses on and you can see two hands while I'm moving around. And I've just been dropping a few more pieces of content like that, and I've been really liking them, and they're really good for I'm talking on the phone because it's not like in your ear, and it's good for driving, all that stuff. So
let me ask you a question. What's the resolution on those? Like
I don't know, but it looked really good on my. I think it's pretty high.
Okay.
Like I really don't even know the answer to that question, but my videos don't come out. They come out very good actually.
Okay.
But I mean, this is not a. Don't go buy them if you don't want them. But especially if you don't want to support what Meta's got going on or Zuckerberg's got going on politically or whatever.
Yeah.
That's up to you. But yeah, so I'm enjoying them though, and hopefully my investment into this hopefully will help out me and my agenda. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I've been using these, liked it a lot. Yeah. Having fun with it.
Yeah,
because I bought that DJI Mini.
Yeah,
I used it a couple times.
I forgot you had that.
Yeah, me too. It's really good, but at the same time, like the gimbal on it, like the gimbal is like what keeps it steady. But it's if you got to practice at it because it'll move for you. Like you'll be trying to pan. It's not like a camera, like a phone.
Yeah.
Phone, it's gonna point wherever you point it.
Yeah.
The gimbal will kind of like latch on to stuff. And then you'll turn, and it'll be like trying to stay where you at.
So you can't move real fast.
And you can, but like you just gotta be better at it. Like, and I don't have time to. Yeah. I do have time. I need to just practice with it.
Does it have a stabilizer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing that it does, but it stabilizes it also, but it will lock on things like subjects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's high quality, high resolution, all that stuff, but it just seems like it's just one more step for me. And I knew when I bought it, like if anything, I think I'll find myself using it when I have an ability to hand it to someone else for them to do something for me. Because like having me pull it out and have my phone too.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, bro, this is too much.
Yeah, and from your POV, you gotta have it like.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool, but it's just like another layer. And I have a phone that's like decent enough, Yeah. And I be telling people all the time, like people are like, oh man, what do you like? If you want to shoot content, just pull your phone out.
Right.
Unless you got like an iPhone 5.
Right.
Just or an Android, whatever, before it get, I don't know.
The best piece of equipment you got is the one.
The one you got.
The one you got.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So,
for sure. And I added another layer. But the glasses are cool because it's just you hit a button and it is what it is.
Yeah.
This you gotta open it up, you gotta turn it back on,
like
it has to settle. It's like
I already got my phone.
Yeah, and I've been doing this phone thing for a minute, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to work through that real quick,
Yeah. You said you had the Tony Stark's on when you pulled up.
Yeah, Tony Stark thought. Yeah, you saw you in the video.
Yeah. Nah, it's sweet though.
Yeah.
And and the glasses they transition like the lenses.
Yeah, for sure. So and then you can buy the transition. It's a little bit more, but you can transition from like clear to the sunglasses.
Yeah.
So they're very multifunctional.
I'm wondering, can you get prescription for them? Probably.
I think so, but you yeah, you can. Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, it's Ray-Ban.
Right. Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, like you buy them from them. It's not like you buy them off of Facebook.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So it's from Ray-Ban's website. Yeah.
That's what's up. Mine's is Ray-Bans, but they're not supported by you know who.
Yeah. Hey, dog. Chill.
All right. Let's see. Anyway, just ran. How you feeling after the run?
Feeling pretty good, man.
Your first. Yesterday was your first what?
First double-digit run.
Since
First
TSP?
double-digit run since TSP.
Feel straight?
Definitely got to be around like mile 7, and in 8 it was like, okay, we getting a little creaky here, because that's the longest I've been out there in a minute.
Yeah.
So I'm still feeling a little sore from yesterday, like a couple of spots I just got to work on, like foam rolling and all that stuff. But it felt good to be back out there, though.
What shoes did you wear yesterday?
I wore the Rebel V5s yesterday.
What you wear today?
Rebel V2s.
V2s.
Yeah. Just to see, because there was a little bit of drama about that.
What was the drama?
Which shoe was better? Like, because everybody likes the Rebel V2. We'll talk about it in the cool down.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about in the cool down.
All right. So make sure y'all keep on listening to hear the V2 and V5 drama.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see about let's see, where we going next? Where we going next?
All right, now we going into the warm-up. So the warm-up, we got some quick recaps of like past weeks. So remember, we're doing like this in segments now. So now we in the warm-up and we do quick recaps about a week in running and then pop culture and stuff like that. Yeah. So we got a few topics to talk about, and Dick's Sporting Goods bought Footlocker for $2.3 billion. Dick's Sporting Goods bought Footlocker for $2.3 billion.
Okay, go ahead.
But what you got?
I just feel like some of these companies that's like, I mean, like I mentioned to you earlier about like how the tariffs might start to affect the running industry.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of these companies that's like kind of teetering, it's like, you know what? We got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Because like Footlocker, it's been around forever, right?
Yeah.
But I don't hear a lot of people still going to Footlocker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, but Dick's, people still go to Dick's because you can get more than shoes. Grow up, bro. Grow up.
Bro, you said that shit with a capital.
You can get more than shoes there at what's the
acronym?
No. It's the acronym?
What? DSG?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, so guys who you know what I'm trying to say.
What?
What's their name? It's like Robert, but his name is really, or they call him Dick.
Richard.
Richard.
Yeah.
So Richard bought Footlocker.
Richard bought Footlocker.
Substitute.
Richard. Yeah, I mean, so you don't think it makes sense?
I think it does make sense. I think
why
companies like Footlocker was like, you know what, we might not be able to sustain going forward.
I don't know. So maybe? I don't know if they have to deal with like, I don't know what they have to deal with. I don't know if they have to deal with.
Do they? I mean,
I don't know if I don't think that they have to deal with. I don't know how Footlocker's business, what their business model is, but I mean, I think I know what their business model is, but I don't know if they have to deal with import like that.
Okay.
To me, I don't think so. I think the import and all that falls on the shoulders of the brands that's in the shop.
Right.
Like Footlocker is not importing Nikes.
Right.
But, so.
But if it's costing Nike,
it's just a pass through cost. I think.
Okay.
I think with the problem. So I don't know if Nike, $2.3 billion ain't bad. I don't know what it would have been like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
it probably been more. But I think what happened is like the model when Nike pulled back and away from Footlocker or from retail period.
Right.
They were still in Footlocker, but they definitely like pulled back a lot of they support and resources and stuff like that, because Nike around like 2018-19 wanted to go direct to consumer, so they ramped up like Nike.com. That CEO like led them through like the pre-COVID or pre-pandemic era and pushed more towards like, we want to sell direct to the consumer. They had more stores, but like beefed up like the e-commerce, right? Because I guess he's like an e-commerce guy, like an e-commerce CEO type of vibe.
Yeah.
And then so the pandemic happened, and then at first people thought it was crazy, like they would back away from Footlocker, like Nike tripping. But then the pandemic happened, and then all of a sudden Nike's in a perfect position for people when people can't go shopping.
Right.
And then, but after now people want to get back out in the world. Then that CEO is gone now. And they brought back another guy that's like more from like back in the day, Nike, that was probably pushing more for those like relationships and like working with retailers and really valuing them partnerships. But then at the same time, like as Nike's coming back, because Nike fell off like in the community for real, because they stopped like really tapping into like all the stuff that they were doing that made them like real prevalent in like the run space on the ground.
Yeah.
As they're coming back to try to get some of that stuff, now you see people, from what I hear, you see people like Hoka and other brands, and that's just in the run space, but you hear other brands are like really trying to pull back and open up more doors and then have more like like brick and mortar shops, but then also do more direct to consumer, advertising and relationships.
Yeah.
And I would only imagine that some of the other brands that like Footlocker would have that same weird dynamic of trying to like cover both things, because Footlocker isn't the end all be all anymore. Like Foot Action and all them is like, it's just kind of like, especially just going there just for shoes.
Right.
So like Dick's Sporting Goods, they got everything. They have a big enough section of shoes where you can go. I mean, it's like, it's Walmart.
Right.
It's Walmart for like sporting, it just is what it is. And they can afford to like, they can afford to have almost as many shoes as Foot Locker has in there. Because if that doesn't do so well, like people still come in there looking for kayaks and
they can afford to have
socks
sitting,
and clothes and whatever else, right? But I don't know if it's, so all that to say, like, I don't know if this is maybe a little bit of Foot Locker, like looking to, like this, it's kind of the end of our era.
Yeah.
And I think that's some of it. But then I also think, who's DSG just bought out their competition.
Right.
Like I don't know if they worth 2.3 billion, like how much, like when will they ever get that back? But they also just took like, I don't know how much gross like profit or whatever Foot Locker was pulling in. But just even if DSG doesn't make that right away, the same thing, they stand a chance to make a little bit more every year now, because this huge competitor is gone out of that space.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're gonna do with their spaces?
Right.
Because now, like, bro, if they change that to like, if they kept it as Foot Locker, I feel like that like I don't know.
Like mini.
What if they change that to like mini?
Yeah, like Express.
What if they change that to like mini dicks?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that would be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, Dick's Express or something.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, like you pull up to the mall and it's just a smaller version of that, like where it is more shoes and clothes, and they could afford to get a little more like niche, like basically just keep it what Foot Locker is, but maybe add something to it a little more, like so you feel a little bit more like outdoors.
Yeah, because when you walk into like Dick's Sporting Goods, sometimes it is like,
it's a lot, yeah. It's like, dang, like which way do I go? Left, right, or upstairs, bro?
Upstairs, you gotta go upstairs.
I gotta go up an elevator in a, you know what I'm saying? So, like, where's the, you know what I'm saying? Where the weights at?
Maybe that's.
But like, what if they like were to say like, here's our, and you could really get like weird local with it. Like, what if it's like in this area, people are really heavy on fishing and Like, what if that like mini DSG is kind of for that? They still got a little section for other stuff, but that would be kind of sweet.
Yeah,
that would be kind of sweet.
Little pop-ups here and there.
Yeah, like little, like each one's kind of like local to like what, like if you go to the one in 12 Oaks here in Michigan, it's gonna be shoes, clothes, and it's gonna be maybe a little more, Jordans and whatever than they would, because they have I think they can afford to take chances with that Foot Locker probably couldn't.
Yeah, Foot Locker, they barely moving.
Yeah. I mean, people go there. People gonna go there forever.
Yeah.
But it's like,
well, are they though? I don't think a lot of like younger generation really.
You don't think so?
Foot Locker.
Well, if you go with your mama, you do.
Yeah.
Your mama taking you to.
They got so many other options, shopping online and resellers. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, you don't even need to go in Foot Locker to get the newest Jordans no more.
Right. I mean, yeah, because then you got like Snipes and what used to be Mr. Allen's, like shops like that are real, and they really have more. They have more of like a chance of you walking in and getting what you need from them on a casual side than you do walking into Foot Locker low key. Yeah. But man.
Foot Locker lasted a long time though.
Yeah, Foot Locker had a crazy. I think Nike pulling back from them at one point was like the first. Like they just kind of opened Pandora's box. Like, okay, we don't really. It showed brands like Nike did. I think Nike swung it too far they stopped doing that, but then they also pulled away from community a little bit.
Yeah.
Too much, where it was like, okay, it's too much at one time, you know? Like the tariff situation, just way too much at one time. Like focus, you know, like on like, let's just see what works here. Yeah. But then I think it just opened up the opportunity for other brands to go like, okay, like maybe we don't need that. Maybe like a Nike whose issue right now is more of like the running stuff, the running community is maybe we reestablish some of these relationships with like Gazelle Sports and you know Naperville Running Company and like Fleet Feet, you know, like what do we work on that instead of like the stuff that we don't need is like basketball, like because basketball, like kids, I don't know, like kids that play basketball and like that vibe, they hitting the website. They know what they want. They know
what their favorite players wear.
Right. It's like, I don't need to try these on. Right. You know, like
Ja Morant got them on. I want them.
Unless I'm with my mama.
Right.
I don't need to try them on. And even when I buy stuff for my kids a lot of times, like I may buy it from Footlocker but a lot of times like it's coming from the .com. Yeah. And I know what size they wear. Yeah. And I'm just gonna half size up anyway. Yeah. And then just have it delivered, man.
Yeah, like you said, Nike pulling out was like the first.
Yeah, it was like it showed everybody the first domino. It was like it showed everybody there's a different way. Yeah. You know, and I think that actually, since we're on the running side of things, you know, I think that I don't know, that could have been a bad sign for like local retail, like run specialty, but it really isn't, because they just dug their heels deeper into the community. Right. Footlocker can't do that. Footlocker's in the middle of a mall. Yeah. Like what are they gonna do? You know, in like certain cities that like where they're more storefront, like a New York or something like that, then they can have more like activations and stuff like that. But nobody having no activation in the middle of a mall, you know? Yeah. So it's like the shoe stores are in the communities. They are on the street. So you can have much more feel of like walk in and do a group run or a group this or a group that. Yeah. So
and then especially if they jump like in them cities like New York, they got Nike outlets and and Adidas outlets.
Yeah, and straight up stores too, not even outlets. Yeah. Some of them got like real stores.
So it's like but Footlocker, you know, they had a run. It was for what it was. Yeah. Had a run.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe we get the CEO of Footlocker on. We can talk about it. Right. That'd be crazy. Hey, bro, like, so I mean, I wonder if they're gonna keep the name. That's what I want. That's what I want to know. Probably that's what I want to know.
Lastly, I thought Footlocker was like owned by Foot Action, or like wasn't they like tied together somehow?
I thought maybe Footlocker bought Foot Action.
Or Champs was with Foot Action. So
Champs and Foot Action are, yeah.
Some of them is the same.
And then Champs and Foot Action are in Macy's, right?
I don't know.
One of them is in Macy's. Like if you go to Macy's now, like they have their shoe section is Foot Action.
Oh, for real?
Or something, Foot something.
Yeah, all of them just trying to
figure out how to survive. Yeah. Because
end of an era though.
Especially if people start slowing down going to the mall. It's like, why are we paying how much ever money this rent is or this lease is for this space? Because Foot Lockers be big. Yeah. Shoe stores are big. Right. Like it's a
and then the worst
small. And they always have prime locations.
The worst thing about going to Foot Locker, I know you've been on this for a while, but the worst thing used to be going there, they don't have your size.
Oh man.
It's like, oh my God.
I could order it for you, but bro,
I could do that at home. Like, what am I here for? Like,
bro, like, yeah. If you go somewhere and then they go like, oh, we can order it for you.
It's like
I could do that too. I gotta come back up here. Because a lot of times, remember back in the day, if you ordered it at the store, you had to go back to the store to get it.
Yeah.
Bro, come on. Come on, dog.
Wasting my time.
Just tell me to go to the website. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where they messed up too. Don't tell me I can order it for you and have it here.
Right.
Like, girl, I know. Like you have a website that I could have also done this, and now I wasted my time.
Yeah, man.
Man, I went to eat. Hold on, real quick. I went to eat yesterday. I don't get irritated by much, for real. Like it doesn't really, like stuff doesn't necessarily matter to me like that. Like bad service, just like all right, whatever. You know, you're having a bad day. So we had got some noodles. I got some ramen, and I'm a ramen guy. Like I love ramen. I go to this restaurant, and but we get two bowls, both ramens. The noodles are like a little undercooked, so you can kind of taste like just a little gummier. You know what I'm saying? Like they just not done.
That's annoying.
Like literally 35 more seconds probably, and it's a perfect noodle. You know, because we've been to this place before a couple times. I've been to the one in California. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same chain, same restaurant owners. And I'm like, hey, tell the lady, like tell our waitress, like, hey, you know, these are just undercooked. Can you just redo them?
You sent your food back?
I didn't send mine back because mine wasn't as bad.
Wow.
But the other plate was going back.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, for me, just bring me more noodles, like some cooked ones, like all the way.
Yeah.
And I'll just throw it in there because it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
You know, in my head, it wasn't that bad. And then she's like, okay, so she take the one bowl, and the manager comes back over.
Uh-oh.
And, you know, like at this point, it's just like, my bad. It should just be like, you know, oh, I see, my bad, blah, blah, we're going to get that back out to you.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right?
Yeah.
This lady came over and tried to explain the history of noodles to us. She like, so it just, I heard that, you know, blah, blah, just want to let you know, these are proprietary. This is a proprietary noodle, you know, made by the company, like it's, you know, they're very, very different from like other noodles and like very proprietary and super authentic, you know, like to Japan, you know, like, and then she was going on and on about like, I'm like, you know, she's like, so they're not undercooked. It's just a very different, but authentic. Like she just kept going. And I'm like, at first, if she just stopped in the beginning, I'm like, okay.
Right.
And then, but she was trying to defend the noodle instead of just saying, hey, we're going to get you another one.
Right.
And then at the end, like, so do you want the noodle? And we like, nah, like, just bring me the one. She don't want it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, and then she said something else. And I was like, well, these are undercooked. We've been here to this one 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And we first went to the one in the first restaurant in California.
Yeah.
And we've had this same dish there and here.
Mm-hmm.
And these are undercooked.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh, okay, well, you know, whatever. And then she walks away or whatever. And it just pissed me off because then they bring back another thing for more noodles. And then I put the noodles in with the other ones, and it's like they look like 2 different noodles.
Right.
So I pulled some out and put them on a plate and put the new ones out and set them like next to each other.
Yeah.
That lady, the manager, never comes back. Right. But I showed the lady who was cool with us, like the waitress. I'm like, I just pulled these out so she could see them. I'm like, I told this to her, and I'm like, these look like. She's like, yeah, them 2. Obviously, look like 2 different noodles, like so much different. And it just made me upset that like, how are you a bad manager? Like you can't even come over here and say,
right.
Like you can see that these ain't what the rest of these are,
right,
bro. Like, I don't even know why I'm talking about this right now.
Yeah, it's just even if like this is still what I prefer.
Like, and I could see if we said, I don't know if you're listening to this, probably I don't know what you're taking from this, but I could see if we said we don't like these noodles taste funny, and we don't like them.
Right.
Then it's almost like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't do nothing for you. Don't get a noodle dish. You want something else?
Right.
You know, but if we saying these are undercooked and you can look and see that these don't look like the rest of the noodles you've been seeing this whole time the restaurant been open.
Yeah. And
it's a new restaurant too. So the waitress, we said it to her and she's like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird that she didn't just whatever. Like, I thought she was just going to have them resent over to you. I just let her know so she knew. And she was like, but you know, like we're just been open for like a month and they're still training some of the.
There you go, then.
I'm like, what? What
makes sense?
It makes total sense. We weren't accusing y'all nothing. Just put the damn things back in the water,
right,
and bring them back.
You know what I'm saying? I hate sending food back, bro. That's like my bane of my existence.
Right, bro. Like you say, you'll just eat it.
Yeah, I just have to cut my losses. Like, you know what? It happens.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate sending food.
And it was like, yo, these are great, but we just need the noodles are just undone, you know? Because you can't even eat it, you know. But nowadays, bro, you're gonna have to buck up, bro, because some of these meals are $20.
Yeah, you're right.
Back in the day, you could be like, I'm gonna get it.
When I get home, it costs $10.
Just $12, maybe. This was $20.
$28.
Bro, $75 for 2 people everywhere you go at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn tariffs.
Crazy.
I don't even know if that's tariffs. That's tariffs and greed, bro. At the same time, everything changed. Inflation
and the gratuity is already included,
bro. Hey, dog. No, I'm not a big fan of the gratuity already included.
I mean, I am. Like, I can get why they do it.
No, I think gratuity should be included when it's like it used to be like if it's a party of or more, like 6 or more, or something like that. automatic because y'all ain't about to play with me.
Yeah.
You have me running around because the more people that's at a party, the more likely someone is not gonna be happy and something's not gonna happen right, even though we're doing our best. And then next thing you know, y'all giving us 10%.
This is what I don't understand about gratuity. So like if I was to purchase a steak that costs $30, right? I will have to pay 15% of that.
Damn, you a 15% tip?
Well, I'm just saying 50% of that, 50% of that $30, right?
Yeah.
But say like if I order,
wait, what?
So hold on. So why is gratuity based on
the total
and not the service? Because if I come in here and I order 10 soups at $2 a piece, and my bill's only $20, but you done ran back and forth getting my soups.
Yeah. No, I mean, I never heard that argument before, but I think like, that's
you did more work.
Yeah, no, I mean,
but if I order one steak,
you're being very thoughtful. You're being very thoughtful.
If I order one steak that costs $30,
you're being very thoughtful. Other than the fact that you only tip 15%, you're being real thoughtful.
Well, that's bad. 50% bad.
20%, dog.
That's crazy.
Dog, no, it's 20%. I mean, I'm saying like if it's bad service, you're not getting 20%.
I don't even look at percentage. I just be like, okay, how much is my bill? It's like, all right. Like if my bill like $50.
What'd you tip it? Don't even say it.
I ain't leaving $5. I ain't leaving $5.
Don't even say it, dog.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
You be tipping 10?
I tip more than 10.
Off of 50.
Off of 50, maybe like 15.
Dog, that's way more than 20%. That's
what I'm saying. I don't really look at percentages.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because don't play yourself with 15. If you tip in $20 off of 20 off of 50, no, you ain't tipping $20 off of 50. So yeah, it's to me it's 20% almost automatic for me as long as the service was decent.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the whole that whole thing like when you order at like you ordering to go, and then they automatically be like, you want to tip?
Rip the thing around.
And then they like, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah. I was gonna ask you a question.
Like, you know,
do I want a tip? Like I'd still be tipping. Yeah, that's when I do like 5% because like
it really pissed me off though.
Because I don't know who that goes to.
That's the thing.
Like if it's a carry out, who does my tip go to? That's what I'm gonna ask next time I go. Who does it go to?
I'd rather put $1 like in a glass bin.
Yeah.
I'd rather you do that than me. You want to donate?
Yeah, but my sister worked in a lot of like she worked in a bunch of restaurants, and so like I've always just had like the
mine did too. My sister.
Yeah, so I just always tip it. I always tip 20.
Though.
I always tip 20.
I tip.
Yeah,
but still, it's
I know I see what you're saying though, because if it's like if I get 2 steaks, it costs like it's a $300 thing, and that means I'm tipping $60.
Right. You can't
versus and it's right. And then the other people have like a $100 thing, but they ordered a few different things. Yeah, you coming back and forth.
Right.
They ask you a bunch of questions.
You did way more work.
It
should be based on the work, not the.
Yeah, I mean, especially if the tip only go to the person running back and forth and not necessarily the chef. Yeah. And even the chef. Well, the chef did more work.
Yeah.
I don't know. The chef did more work for all the.
But he
got a bunch of sides.
He get paid an hourly wage though.
They all get paid something hourly.
Yeah.
Normally.
But the waiters are way.
Way less. Yeah. Way less. Yeah.
I think.
All right, man. So next thing we got we. You seem to be upset about this one. I'm not getting into the NBA being rigged and not.
Well, I just wanted to. Because you've been watching lately.
Yeah. But I mean, not enough though. But like people randomly get injured.
No. So my question was, you seen everybody know Luka got traded to the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then Dallas had a 2% chance to get the first round draft pick.
Yeah.
And they got the first round draft pick.
2% chance.
2% chance. So I guess the speculation is
they knew that they was gonna get that first pick.
That's why they traded Luka to the biggest market because the Raiders was allegedly down. So let's take one of the biggest stars, trade him to the biggest market.
Yeah.
We good on there. And then for y'all, we're gonna give you the first round pick.
Because 2% is so small.
So small, bro.
Yeah.
It never happened before. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
is people upset about it?
Yeah, they just feel like it's just a script, dog.
I mean they definitely pulling the. I thought the whole. Remember when how people were saying the NFL had a script, whatever, and then people would like break their leg like part of the script,
that's crazy.
That's extra. That's extra. That's like when people get hurt, like it's like okay, bro, like literally, if it was like Phantom, like all of a sudden he just my knee, fell down. No, you see some of these people like really go through.
Hurt. He injured.
Yeah, bro, injured.
Maybe with.
I think no. I mean, maybe man, it's all power. It's all
Yeah.
If you think the NBA that's a big money maker in any of these associations and
it's
government,
fixes,
whatever, all of this is fixed, bro. The government to the damn
especially with that
ice cream association.
Yeah,
FanDuel with gambling?
Yeah.
I've been seeing some of these gambling people, like these top gambling sources, be getting like banned from the NBA for like lifetime or something like that.
Really?
Because they be hitting too well or something like that.
They parlays be too
like when Halliburton or somebody hit like a game winner or something like that. That moment, this dude won like too many in a row, and it was like, you out.
Yeah, that's
you
crazy.
out. You can't bet.
That's crazy.
And he's like, fine, I got a whole team of people. They're gonna bet for me. You know.
I seen a video yesterday of people coming out of a club in New York.
Yeah.
And the marathon was just starting.
Oh no, that was Miami.
That was Miami.
Miami.
And she was like, "Can we bet on you on FanDuel?" I'm like, "Oh my god, FanDuel's taking over the world, bro."
Hey man, yeah, bet. The dude was like, "Not yet."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was New York. It was a guy.
Yeah,
it was some guys talking to a guy.
He was like, "Y'all running a marathon?"
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the girls that came out of the club.
I seen that too.
Yeah,
actually, I seen both of the videos, but he came.
That's so funny. Like that happened 2 times. That happened in the same day. That sports. What was it? One of them pages posted, or some guys was talking to a runner about to go to.
Yeah, he was getting ready for Brooklyn.
He was getting ready to go to Brooklyn. He had his bib on with his singlet.
Yeah.
And then like same day.
Yeah,
Miami 10K, the Lululemon 10K. There was women some ladies had came out of a club, and she just happened to have like millions of followers over already. You know, she was a big
the
lady who posted it. She a big whatever anyway.
Yeah.
So she happened to come out the club, and she like, I just came out the club, and it's a marathon going on, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and so she high-fiving people running. You know, she got heels on.
That's crazy.
And it's just crazy that like real life meets running,
right?
You know, 2 big moments like that.
Yeah, they should
in the same day.
They should let FanDuel get into the running space. Start betting on.
Man, no, I think it's too risky.
Oh,
because you can easily, if you're supposed to lose,
same as anything.
Nah,
it's the same. It's literally the same as anything.
But just think about.
It's the same as any sport.
Just think about like in basketball, you could shoot a basketball. And if you're really good, you can, like LeBron could miss on purpose 1,000 times in a row.
Yeah.
And it would hit the same spot of the rim almost every time. And no, you would never know. Right? No, so I just proved my point.
It's the same. It's literally the same thing. So you bet on the top.
No. But you'd have to have the whole team. But you'd have to have the whole team involved in this. You'd have to have a whole team involved in rigging the game. You know what I'm saying?
For running?
For basketball.
Okay.
A team sport, you'd have to have the entire team on this one.
Right.
Because just because LeBron decides to miss a couple times, the game would have to be close enough for it to matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like a running thing, like you could, if you're supposed to lose, Eliud Kipchoge could be running his heart off, and then just at mile 20 something, he just starts to catch a side stitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's too riggable. It is.
I don't know, bro.
It's too riggable, bro, because number one, LeBron makes too much money to entice with money.
Right.
These runners don't.
That's what you said.
You can pay these people, you know, these people literally like Grand Slam track.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they whatever, but the reason why it's so cool is because you seeing runners that don't normally make a bunch of money make some money.
Right.
Potentially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like dude, last episode we talking about dude work at UPS, bro.
Yeah.
You can pay him off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He'll take the fall.
He's taking the fall. Bro.
No disrespect.
Bro, like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But if you try to pay somebody to ruin they lifestyle, because that's why gambling used to be so prevalent probably back in the day.
Yeah.
Because like in basketball and baseball and all that stuff, because they wasn't making enough money. Right. Now you about to try to ruin my legacy. I get paid. How much is these deals? For
what?
Like how much does Halliburton get paid a year?
Oh, $300 million a year.
Probably, yeah, right.
Yeah.
What you gonna give them?
Yeah. Well, it's not for them. It's for the consumers and for.
I'm just saying, but you'd have to have them in on the thing to rig it.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you can't rig a game without the people playing the game.
Well, that's why they
can't do it in running. That's what I'm saying. They just can't. They don't make enough money.
Not yet. As soon as enough money started being made, as soon as there's opportunity,
it's too many individual people involved. You can't do it. They don't make enough money. They won't.
I'm actually surprised that they're not doing it already. Like the Olympics.
It's because they keep. Oh no, you can't.
They don't.
No, you can't, bro.
Because it's not sanctioned.
The Olympics would never let that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably side bets. I would have said. I mean, sorry, some illegal stuff going on.
Yeah,
but I think as soon as you make it a legal betting source, you'd have to. The chances of it being rigged are too high, and then some of these sports don't get paid enough money to not to fight against the temptation to. I'll give you $250,000 if you something. People, I mean,
there's already some side bets going on,
bro. People take performance enhancement drugs in running still, and go all around the system just to make it so that they're good enough to make some money.
Right.
They're not doing that. I mean, they want to win. They're competitive, but please understand that that's because they're trying to make some money, bro.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a name. They're trying to win a couple races, and that's why, because the money. If they wouldn't, I think more people would get, the more money they get paid, the less likely people would be to either cheat because they don't want to lose the money that they're making.
Right. Just remember this conversation, bro.
I mean, yeah, go back to episode number 7
we called it first.
I mean, I'm saying it ain't gonna happen.
I'm saying
it ain't gonna happen.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah, man. So I think we're gonna have to skip. We got to skip the long run, I think.
Wow.
So the long run. So the next segment of the show is called the long run. Typically, is when we talk about a longer topic, but this turned out to be, we talked about DSG buying Footlocker. That was actually a good one.
Yeah.
That was actually a good one. But I was going to talk about clickbait.
Okay.
But I don't know if we want to dive into that right now.
Like clickbait.
So I've been seeing, what do you think about clickbait? Like, when I say clickbait, what did you like when it comes to like our area of the world? What do you think immediately? What are you thinking immediately?
Like people trying to get instant reaction.
Yeah.
From people.
So people like brands, publications,
Yeah.
and content creators.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, I just feel like more and more lately, the way that like our culture just is, period, in and outside of running, it's more about like sensationalism for everything. Or like absolutes. Like people have to draw a hard line on everything. And then the harder the line you draw on your stance on a topic or something like that, the more like clickbaity it is. Because it's like, if you say, all ultra runners are dumb, and everybody's like, wait, what do you mean? Then they jump in there and they start talking, and you make a post that just kind of insinuates that whatever, just to get people like riled up and talking. Because like the way Instagram and all the algorithms work is, if you can get people to click on your thing, on your content right away, stay on it because they're either happy, sad, or mad or whatever. Stay on it, watch it all the way through, and then comment on it and then share it. Like that's viral. That's what viral is.
Right.
Like, and hats off to the people that have done that and do it consistently and have found a way to like work the algorithm and make sure that their content hits all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because you make viral content means that you're clickbaity or whatever. It's just some people have like have a following, and they continue to grow a following based on just how they present information and present their viewpoints or present like their running or their whatever, right? But then it seems like not the rest, but a lot of other people in the space are like taking these like stances and like creating content around stuff that they know is going to get people like to react.
Right.
And I'm not trying to like
for the sake
of the reaction.
Right.
And then not necessarily like really have a stance on it for real. It's just like, maybe they saw someone else talk about it, or maybe they just feel like, oh, I mean, I don't know why people make some of the content that they make, because it doesn't necessarily make you want to follow that person any more than you did before.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you know anything about them anymore. I'm biased because like my whole situation is based on creating content around like what's true to me, whether it's like my friends or training for a marathon or sobriety or whatever. Like it's always been something that I relate to, and I try to position it in a way that people can either just watch and mildly enjoy or take something from. So I have to be aware that like my bias leans towards that type of content, but that's not viral content.
Right.
It just isn't. And maybe there's like a little hate on my side, like I can't make content like that, so I'm just not, I don't like it. But at the same time, I see stuff sometimes and it's like I almost refuse to support it because I know it's like I feel like I know why you even said it like that.
Right.
You know, like this is what I don't like about this type of people, or things to watch out for these type of people. You know, and it's just like, oh, come on, man. Like I feel like at this point, our politics and the way our society is in general is already divisive enough
division
to point out somebody else, unless it's just like this person stands for this.
Right.
So, and this is what they've always stood for. So they're going to talk against this type of thing.
Yeah.
But if it's just you just picking random things,
right,
you know, or like I just feels like a lot of the content I see right now is just so click this, click it, watch it, figure out. And then sometimes you watch it like, oh, it's not even what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like you just made me click this and come to find out you're not even talking about this.
Right.
Really.
Just for the sake of.
Yeah. It just seems like, I just feel like there's runners. I think to me, I'm biased about it too. Runners, I feel like runners are special. I feel like, you know, or endurance sports people are special. Like they you put yourself through so much stuff almost for no reason.
Yeah.
Other than for self-improvement or empowerment, or even if you're doing it for the wrong reason, you're pushing. One of these days, you'll find out why you really doing it. And I think that that's super cool and super special.
Yeah.
So I feel like, especially in this space, if you have a platform and you've grown a platform, because it's something about you people like, you know, even if you kind of grew it on some, you know, like kind of just posting whatever, and people still like you, you know. So at some point, it just feels like you're stealing from other people by not like sharing, like at any point shifting to being like, you know what, let me help people, you know. And unless you're taking a hard stance against vampires, and if you just say like, watch out for people with these kind of teeth, okay, fine. Like we know you don't like vampires, so stick with that.
Yeah.
But just to bounce around, just to see what people are gonna react to, I just feel like we want to know about you, bro. Like we want to know about what you're about to train for, and while you're doing it, we don't need any like random cat posts about. It just
don't pollute this water. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like I just feel like, but then there's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of influencing to be made. And I'm not even here to talk about like, I'm not even talking about just like big influencers. I'm talking about like just everybody who seems like they feel like sensationalism or just having a hard stance on something just because you want to at that moment.
Yeah.
Because you know that this is gonna get somebody to click. I feel like people gotta chill with that.
Yeah, and it's so much other stuff to tap into, like running or endurance sports in general is just so rich.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to tap into,
and you don't have to be a coach.
Right.
You don't have to tell anybody what to do. You don't have to. I mean, and if you are gonna share your, like, that's the thing. Like everything is, all these messages are the same if you are different if you say it different.
Right.
You know, if you get on here and say, you know, 5 ways you can run faster. Like that's cool, but if you're not a coach, it's not that cool.
Right.
And you could also share those 5 ways you got faster.
It's about the way you
hey, here's how, like it's subtle. It seems dumb, but
it's just about
saying
the way you
it
position
5 ways you can get faster gets people to click versus here's how I ran a faster. You know, people still, you know, I just feel like people are programmed to pick up the self-help book, and it says, here's how you become a better person.
Right.
Not like here's my journey and how I became better.
Right. And
maybe I need to start changing maybe I need to shut up and pay attention and start posting different.
mean, let's see, and that's always been my thing about running, is just my journey. So, you know what I'm saying?
And I feel like that's powerful, bro. Like
it's not a journey.
But it's not like as glamorous. It's not as like polarizing.
But what are you doing it for? Something you gotta ask yourself that question too. Like, are you doing it to inspire others, or are you doing it literally to
be seen?
Others?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Influence versus inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get. And then the whole influencer word, I just feel like I thought it was over. I thought it was like not over, but I thought people were gonna just done with like talking about it, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. Like it. And I saw something like, hey, if you're a coach or you're this or you're that, and you share information or you work at brands, blah blah, you're an influencer, and it's up to you to use that power with with some like just like position it in a way that's like helpful to other people, or you're a commercial, like a walking commercial. Like there's different ways, and you can be both actually. Like you can work with brands and have a story and share that story while sharing their story, like and tie it together to try to make it nice. That's what I try to do. I work with brands, obviously, but that's one of my biggest, like the hardest things about all of it is figuring out how to be you the whole way through. And some people don't necessarily don't care to do that.
Nope.
And that's fine too, I guess. But I'm just not a big fan.
I think some of these quote unquote influencers are entertainers first.
Yeah, that's true. And that's fine too.
That's
fine too. But then I guess but
it has real life effects though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. Because that's the thing about being, I agree with that. But then at the same time, when I think of entertainers, like I automatically thought like of an actor. The cool thing about actors they're not the people that they play on TV, and they're not the people that they play on the movies. So there is some real world effect to it because people are still inspired by certain things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, that's a movie.
That's a movie.
So relax. You know what I mean? But unless you're saying flat out, like, oh, I don't, most of the stuff I post on here, I'm just, I'm acting, guys. Like, if you don't tell us you're acting, then, I mean, maybe I believe you.
Blurred, right?
You know what I'm saying? Line's super blurred.
Yeah, but the moment you do,
because you're saying you're making it seem like it's just you.
Right. But the moment you do say, oh, yeah, this is for entertainment purposes or whatever the case may be.
I ain't never heard nobody say that.
The jig is up.
Yeah.
But I think you can do both. Like,
I think you have to be really smart about it. And I think that like, I think it has to look like entertainment. You know what I mean? Like it can't look like it's just you run like a normal runner and it's entertainment and you don't really, and you're just talking.
Right.
You gotta.
It's like seeing somebody post them running really, really fast for like
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Yeah. But then you look at, fast is relative. It's not just somebody slower, fast as that, but it's like, okay, you're portraying something that you're not really,
Yeah. So, yeah, like and we do it all the time.
Right.
But then we also run fast for us 2 times a week.
Right.
And we're training for something to go fast.
Right.
So it's like you got people have to have some discernment too, like what's real, what's fake.
Right.
And I think that's maybe that's also part of the problem. It's not necessarily people making the content.
Yeah.
It's that like who's taking this in and
who's paying for it or who's promoting it.
Yeah.
Who's putting it out there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, because sometimes you think that brands would be like, oh, that's not that, we appreciate that, but that's not what the story we're trying to tell with this shoe or this brand or this anything.
Yeah.
So we appreciate your numbers and all that stuff, but if you could maybe not do that thing you normally do,
Yeah.
But brands don't want, like, some brands are really, really good with like making really doing research and all that stuff, research and development, doing research on the people that they work with and knowing why they're asking you to work with them, because other than the number,
Yeah.
Some brands are really good at that. Some brands hit you up and it's just like you can tell that they didn't even like, I've had brands send me stuff about, like, somebody just recently. No, I've had brands send me stuff about alcohol before, like to like, hey,
to promote it.
Yeah, not like shoe brands, obviously, but like,
yeah.
And like, oh, so you just didn't even look at or like CBD stuff. Like, what? I mean, not that CBD is not, but it's nothing about my thing that would be like, we're gonna send you these THC drinks. Oh yeah, like no.
And then how do you look bringing that to your platform?
Right, like what are you talking about? Like, and even non-alcoholic beers, like oddly, I haven't had any non-alcoholic beer companies really come to me like that. I would entertain it because I wouldn't drink it that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if they ever do come to me and I'd like have a deal with them, I'm gonna make sure that they understand that I'm not gonna be like, after every run I pop open or whatever.
Right.
Because I don't want the taste of beer.
Right.
I just don't want that to cycle through my thoughts or nothing.
You want a beer can.
But I know it tastes like a beer, it's just non-alcoholic. Like, but why I would work with one is because I know that other people have used stuff like that to get sober.
Right.
And it helps people stay sober.
Right.
You know, like when they're craving something, they can have one of those and it's not.
Right. So you more so just what
I would do it because I know it's a resource.
Right. So you would highlight, okay, this is out there for you guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I would never position it like I do this. Oh, this is what I do all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes sense.
But you know, some brands are good at like knowing what's up and being like making sure that you actually represent what they are looking for, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, clickbait. I don't even know if we really, because is this the whole clickbait thought, like, isn't it like an attack on anybody necessarily? It's just, I see, it's probably a lot just in general, because all news is like this now. Everything you see is very, like, the statement makes you want to go, like, what are they talking about? And then you find out either, like, they really wasn't even saying that all the way. And it's just people purposely take words out of sentences to make it like, oh my God. And then you open up, oh, this is just, this isn't anywhere as bad as I thought it was, you know?
The view.
And then, but I feel like it's starting to fall into like the running thing a little bit more. People are just very making big statements, and then you click into it and it's like, oh, this is just a normal thing.
Yeah, the moment you start adding money and influence and a platform.
Oh yeah. It's all a game.
Yep.
It's all a game.
Two sides of the same coin.
Man. All right. What's our next segment?
That's the long run.
What's our next segment?
What are we doing? Let's ease it up a little bit. We going to Juneteenth coming up, right?
Pacebreaker. So Pacebreaker is a fun segment diving into trending topics or like something that we got coming up.
Yeah.
And just to kind of break up, because we've been talking about clickbait and all that stuff. Juneteenth. So the Juneteenth half marathon in 10K is a race that a guy named Freddie puts on in DC. It's a trail race, and the real cool part of it is he did the legwork, and they like do a trail cleanup every year. And part of that trail is part of we'll have to get him on the pod or have some conversation with him at one point. But part of the trail is like part of a route that was used back in the day for something. I don't know. I'm not gonna say as far as Underground Railroad, but it's just part of that trail that's there is a very historic trail.
Okay.
I ran the 10K last year. Really fun. A black event. It's not a black event. It's an event put on by black people, but it's a very black event as well. Like it's just the vibes are 100% there. It's like cookout, family reunion meets trail race.
Right. Frankie Beverly and May.
Right. Straight up. Like, and it's a free race. So I think Ultra is their big sponsor this year, the shoes.
Oh, dope.
Shoe brand. And he's been very adamant about keeping it free to participate, because he wants to make sure that black folks know that they can run trails too. And it's not an easy little trail race either. Like it's a tough. Some of the parts will get real tactical.
Yeah.
But the announcement is the Tommie Runz show will be going out to. No, that ain't the right one.
You don't have the audio.
No, it is the right one. Yeah. Somebody's ears just got blown out. But so not PR project. See, the Tommie Runz show is going out to do a live show or a live podcast recording in the field at the finish.
DC, right?
Yeah, in DC. So that is going to be on June 14th. The race is. I'm looking forward to it. So you're coming out there with me.
Yeah.
We will be setting up
soundboard.
We'll be setting up just like this. We're bringing the soundboard. We'll be setting up just like this and having a conversation. We'll obviously talk to Fred. We'll talk to a couple other people there, maybe the sponsor. And then maybe we even have the runners, the winners jump on real quick. But it should be a really good vibe, and it'll be fun. Part of this, like me starting the Tommie Runz show, definitely wasn't like to have us start traveling, because like PR project is definitely that traveling arm of like our podcast type of thing. Because we got TRE, Eugene, and we're be pushing to do many more things. But the way that they're envisioning Juneteenth to be laid out, it doesn't really seem like it's gonna fit like the whole like the PR project structure, you know? Because like the good thing about PR project is like we've had beautiful success at like having that sit down living room feel, because that's where the three of us, me, Aaron, and Gary, really thrive at, is like that conversation. And it just doesn't seem like the way it's gonna be set up is gonna it's not gonna be like a show like we would want it to be. So Freddie's like, yeah, let's just try to go with the Tommie Runz show and just do a recording for the pod right there. So it's not gonna be like we're not gonna have an audience. So it'll just be us kicking it.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure. So big shout out to Juneteenth.
Looking forward to that. But Juneteenth is the following week, though, right?
Juneteenth is the 19th, right? June 19th. Yeah. So I think it's just like whenever. I think last year it wasn't on the 19th either. It was That's Father's Day weekend.
It is.
So we'd fly back on Father's Day, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you got to get out of there. bro got a night flight. You gonna be flying out at 6 a.m.
I got clearance, bro. It's Father's Day.
Oh yeah, sure. Watch this. Hey, we run this pod back when Father's Day comes.
All right, now we got the runner's reel.
Oh, now you know how it's.
We got the runner's reel,
bro. So runner's reel. What's runner's reel again?
Runner's reel is, hold on, pause.
Nah. It's gone now. So runner's reel. We talk about, movies and topics and stuff that
was it.
What?
That was the runner's reel?
Yeah, runner's reel was like, runner's reel. Like talk about movies and shows and things that we was watching or whatever.
Yeah.
But so Make Running is TSP, the Speed Project. So Make Running is the Speed Project's YouTube channel. We'll drop the show notes and the link for that, or a link in the show notes for that. And it's really cool because a lot of the stories that are coming from TSP this year, whether it's the relay stories or some of the solo folks that are making like documentaries, little pieces, they'll Make Running's partnering with them to place it on the Make Running platform. So they've dropped a few of them. They dropped one the other day that was like Make Running put together, one of their productions, whereas a few people got interviewed and I was one of them. After the race, so it was like literally we ended at 3 a.m. I was like getting interviewed at 3 p.m. or 4. So it was like less than like 24 hours.
Right.
It was still crazy, but like really still on a high, right? But Make Running, they've done a lot of pieces so far since TSP in March, and they just dropped one today of Jackie Hunt Brojma. I interviewed her on the Run Eat Sleep show way back. She is a single leg amputee. She has the world record she ran 104 marathons in 104 days.
So crazy.
I think day 98 or 99 was Boston, bro. And then the next day she ran another marathon distance. So she ran 104 marathon, the distance of 26.2, 104 days in a row. As a single leg amputee, she wasn't even running as a double-legged person. Yeah, like she started running after becoming, because somebody told her I think somebody told her she wasn't gonna be able to run.
Right.
So she's like, you know what? We about to see what's up. So she was the first person to ever attempt to run TSP Solo, and she finished. And so she's obviously the first person to ever finish.
Where's
this right here is right.
Okay. We gotta get some.
We gotta get the claps. I don't even know where the clap is. Applause right there. That applause is for Jackie. That's how you say it. Big shout out to Jackie. Check out the YouTube. We'll put the link in the show notes. Yeah. She's just a dope. I haven't even finished yet, but she's super dope. Dope. Very inspirational for sure.
That's incredible, honestly.
Yeah, super. Like, I mean, TSP by itself, I think she did like around like 300 miles. TSP by itself, solo in general, is just wild.
Right.
2 legs, 4 legs. That doesn't even matter, bro.
4 legs.
Whatever.
On a horse.
A horse. If a horse did 300 miles, it's still like, wow, it's crazy.
Right.
But for her to have that disability, air quotes, and then purposely tackle all the things she's done.
Yeah.
And because like she said that the TSP was about 100 miles more than she's ever done at one time.
Wow.
So she's an ultra runner for sure, like through and through.
Yeah.
But just in general, like just follow her. We should tag her. We should
Yeah.
Put her Instagram in there too.
Just something about doing what people said.
Yeah.
What professionals say.
Yeah, I mean, because what
you couldn't do.
Yeah, well, I mean, why would they think that? Even if they had running blades, they're not thinking that you're going to run marathons,
right?
Or multiple, or ultras. 104 of them, or ultras, or trails.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out this last one because she did talk about that too. Like when they made the blades, they didn't think that they didn't imagine that they'd be running trails. So they're still not trail ready for real.
Yeah.
Because trails are different. You know what I mean? But yeah, so tap into that. Jackie's amazing. And let's bring the cool down. So we got two more little segments. Cool down. I'll make this real quick. So we'll see. There's some shoes here. This is the Rebel V. This is the Rebel V5. So the Rebel V5 has not come out yet, but it comes out I think in June or July. But the Rebel V5, beautiful shoe, nice shoe. But then there's the Rebel V2, right? So as soon as the Rebel V5s came out, I made a reel. I've had the 2, 3, 4, and 5 now. Didn't have the 1, but I've seen other like shoe reviewers and things like that had the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 have posted all of them. But when I posted mine, the conversation quickly went to like, which one's better? People said the 4 was really good, but most people were like, oh man, that 2, because I remember this one. The 2 was crazy. The 2 is crazy.
Yeah.
Back when it was like when this came out, because I don't know what about it, but it's like butter, bro. Light butter, quick, all that, right? So I'm like, yo, this was different when it came out, bro. And then the third one came out, and I remember people being like, oh, they messed it up. You know how I go.
Yeah.
And they dropped this one, or they're about to drop this one, and the first thought I got was, number one, the 5 is way better than the 4. Like this is way better than the 4 to me.
Okay.
And obviously all this is based on preference. So the 5 is way better than the 4. But then people kept talking about these 2s. I'm like, let me put these boys on. So I wore them today for a 6 miler. These are still really good.
Yeah.
Like they're much more minimal than we're used to now.
Yeah.
But they're light. They're super supportive. It doesn't feel like you're on the ground. It's still a soft, really soft shoe. Really nice.
Yeah.
But this is the big brother, bro.
It's like better?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you didn't see it coming?
No.
Yeah. The 5 is like, to me, it feels similar to the 2 in the sense that it's soft and light and kind of quick feeling, but it's just more to it.
Okay.
It's a little more stable, and I feel like the 2 is not a long run shoe.
Right.
Not. It could be 4 to 10 maybe miles to me, right? Because eventually it's like I need a little bit more. This is that. This can do the 4 to 10, no problem. But this is definitely can be a long run shoe. 12. I can see people running marathons in this, and there's no plate. I can see people running marathons in this because of how comfortable they are and how like snappy and bouncy they are.
Okay, it looks like the 2s.
And they look sweet.
Looks like the 2s maybe can give you some type of turnover.
Oh yeah. These turnover easy, quick. But these can too. That's the thing.
That's
like,
about the action.
I feel like they tapped into the direction they've been going, and then somehow they mixed up. I don't know what they did, but that the foam in the 5s. I'm not getting into tech. Foam in the 5s is dope. 2s are still sweet, but they're not the 5s.
All right.
Unless you just really like a minimal, like low to the ground shoe, and you just don't like foam, then sure, 2s are great.
Yeah.
But the 5s is where it's at right now.
2s probably dead stock now, huh?
Oh, they super. Yeah, 2s is 3 years ago.
20.
It's over.
Yeah,
it's over. It's over for that. And then what we got? Towards the end of this, we gonna always remember, if you are on Strava, make sure you share your whatever run. Like not all of them, but if you have a run, you did you'll see we're the person we're gonna highlight today did a 5K. But if you just have a run that you like, oh, I was sweet, I did a big long run, share it to the Tommie Runz Club on Strava. Right? Share it to the Tommie Runz Club on Strava so that we and I can check it out and pick one and go over it. So today, what we're going to do is, to finish out the show, is we'll give a shout out to Andy Ranaway. Andy Ranaway _ Andy Ranaway _ and he ran his first ever 5K with the W. So I don't know, did he run his first 5K ever and got a W? or I can't tell. But either way, he won. He got the W.
Shout out to
Andy. And he ran 3.16, so he definitely checked off the box, finished got the 5K distance under there. Average pace, this is all Strava stuff, so this is not, this is definitely, what I'm saying, this is definitely Strava.
Yeah.
This is not a breakdown of his actual race. Looks like he had an average pace of 6:03.
Yep.
And he had a time of 19:06. This is his watch time. So if he clicked it when he started off the line and crossed the line, that's probably pretty close to his
official time. Yeah.
So this is not a deep dive into his chip time.
Yeah.
We're hoping that he did that part right, but
set a PR too. So
yeah, and looks like he ran with Ken L. He checked. So somebody ran close to him. He said he went out too fast, but held on for the win. So big shout out to Andy. And then one of the things that I noticed, the people don't use Strava as a social media platform as much as I feel like Strava is definitely pushing towards social media platform, and they want you to use it as that. So if you have a Strava out there, make sure you're like changing your titles of your runs. Don't do, don't leave it at morning run or evening run or afternoon run. Change it, have a little flair to it. Use it like it's like an Instagram post of some sort. Maybe like a little title to it or
picture,
a theme. If you're day one of day whatever training, 6 weeks out, whatever it is, right? And throw a picture on there, throw a video on there, because I think your videos could be up to like 30 seconds now.
Yeah.
So tap into that, and then change your bio, because this is cool. So Andy, I don't know what the rest of these mean, but he had some. So he has some like acronyms there. One of them is CPTSD, and I don't know what that means. But he also says under that says formerly incarcerated person. So it says running through the pain, not away from it.
Yeah. So
that's dope.
So it says complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Complex. So like that means does it mean like
it's a mental health condition that develops in response to repeated or prolonged traumatic experiences?
So you think that's maybe from that extra complex part? You think that's maybe from the incarcerated person part potentially? Because like if you're there for a long time, I mean, you definitely have PTSD after being in prison for sure. But so formerly incarcerated person, and I just want to give a big shout out to that, because I know people that have done time, and I know how much that affects the rest of your life.
Yeah,
I know that it's just something that that you forever have to deal with, like the fact that it's on. People say you got an F on your report card. You got the felony on your report card. That like your record just changes your dynamic in society. It changes how you go about getting jobs and all that stuff. Yeah. And I love hearing when people have decided that whatever control they have, they're gonna exercise that control. And with him being on the road, putting in these miles, like looking at the last few weeks, he's doing 30, 40 miles a week, for the last several weeks. And then he's walking away with a W and a 5K. Like, I don't know what the rest of his life looks like. And we're not like, trying to dissect that part of it, but, showing up every day and putting in the miles and doing the work and sharing that story that you are formerly incarcerated is a step in like a direction of like owning what you are and who you are. And like, that's where your power is. And that's what I was talking about the other stuff too, about like, he don't have to share this. He could just talk about running. No one would ever have to know. But what if somebody else sees this, hears this or whatever, and goes like, oh, let me follow Andy, because I was also, or I know somebody that was incarcerated, and they're looking for a way to tap into something that like helps them, So big shout out to Andy for sharing that W, the 5K in the group. But then also shout out to you for being brave enough to like throw who you are, what you are, like right up front for people to see.
That's that inspire versus influence.
Yeah, man. See, look at that, dog. We dropping bars today.
Shout out Andy.
So to wrap this up though, so I've been doing the Tommie Runz, the 3 Tommies, right? So it's officially Tommie Runz. That's the guy that's always like kind of in the middle of the conversation. Then there's Thomas, who's always like the nice one with the glasses and the coffee and reading a book. And then there's Crash Out. Crash Out's the one.
That's his name.
Yeah, Crash Out. Crash Out's the one that be going crazy, and it's always dressed like a madman in the crib. But my sister, like the last 2 times, Thomas has been reading a book.
Yeah,
he got a book in his hand.
Yeah,
and so my sister texted me the other day, and she was like, "What does the sister got to do to get her book in a video?" And I'm like, "I got you, right?" So I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna have her in a video next, and then I'm also gonna give her a shout out. So my sister is she wrote this book, Emotional Intelligence Hacks for Busy People. And she's been going, I don't know how much of her story I'm supposed to tell, but she's been through stuff in life, like a lot of it, right? And she could have been one of those people that like just goes like, "Yeah, this is the cards I got." She said, "Nah, we reshuffling a deck or whatever," and she doing her own thing. And so she's been going to school, just kind of like perpetually. And so she's got her master's. She's like currently going back for a doctorate and all this other stuff. And I don't know that I don't want to mess up her degree, like what she's going for, but it's all about, it's in the line of like therapy or not being a therapist, but like social work type of vibe.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry for messing up what you're going to school for, my sister, but check out this book. It's on Amazon. Emotional Intelligence Hacks for Busy People.
Master self-regulation for success and happiness in minutes a day.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like, not to sell it, but like we all got everything to do, and I think that the more like work that we do for ourselves to like with that self-regulation, to like really focus on how we're talking and dealing with people and dealing with all these things, because like my kids I love that they have like all the technology in the world, but then the fact that they have all the technology in the world is a problem. Like
so accessible to everything.
They're continuous, like they're constantly being entertained. Like there's no off time. Like they can wake up, they can be in the bathroom, they can be on the school bus, they can be in the car, they could be at home, they could be in school, they could be at any point they have a movie they can watch, a TikTok they can look at, a Instagram, a YouTube, it's endless.
Right.
Not even to mention the internet.
Right.
Internets, but on top of that, like as adults, we try to like tell them what they need and what they don't need, but then we also are in this space where not only do we have all that, we got our jobs, our families, our friends, our this, and just busy, and we kind of I think we steer away from monitoring ourselves and seeing like how we deal with all this stuff, to be happy, because I don't think like people ain't happy. Like all this, the more stuff that we have as humans, ChatGPT, it's not helping nobody get any happier.
Nope.
Nobody's actually like relying on themselves to get better. It's just looking for more.
It's just trying to solve the same problems that it's creating. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, dang, bro. Hold on. Yeah, no, it's straight up like we're building things to solve problems that the things that we're building is creating, and then it just makes, but it's doubling up more and more.
Right.
I heard somebody say this is like an anti-intellectuals like society, and I don't really know what that meant, but I heard it as everything that we're doing is like to make it easier to not be smart,
right?
Or to not be smart, but not to not do work, to think.
Right.
We don't have to think.
Crazy.
Like ChatGPT is a tool, crazy tool, crazy. But if you look at it the other way, it's like, oh, you just don't want to have to do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to learn how to do this thing. And that's true.
That's true.
It's true. And if our kids are doing it, they don't even have, we're a lot of us are trying to use it to be more efficient.
Right. Because we know a world before before that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they're like, I don't want to learn how to write this 5-page essay.
Right.
Give me 5 pages. Here's what I need. Here's They know how to prompt, but they don't know how to think.
Right.
Whew. Bro, is this I don't even know if this is a run show anymore.
Is this the long run?
Yeah, this might be the long run. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. This is the Tommie Runz Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that stuff. We Trying to have more announcements coming up soon. Hopefully we'll have an announcement about a sponsor pretty soon as well. And yeah, and if you have any questions or just like topics you really want to hear us talk about, even if it's like this is, as you can see and hear, this is not necessarily like just a run podcast for sure.
Yeah.
So if you have topics that's just so off base, but you feel like you'd want to hear me and Ern chat about it, drop it in my DMs or Ern's or the Tommie Runz Show DMs, because we will happily talk about it on one of the segments. Especially if you have a long run topic where you feel like it's like we really need to dig into it a little bit.
Yep.
But all right, y'all, we up out of here.
Peace.
We out.